Hey guys, welcome to Beyond the 90. I am your host, Alex Ellman. Well, we have the international break this week, so we're going to go with something a little bit different. This episode's a little bit special. We're going to be wrapping up all the transfers in the English Premier League with most of the major transfers that's been happening at the big clubs, especially with deadline day concluding this morning. So we'll go through them all alphabetically, starting first with Arsenal. Well, they brought in some absolute talent this year. They've got Alexis Sanchez, Matthew Debuchy, Danny Welbeck was their deadline day signing. They've also got Ospina and Callum Chambers from Southampton, and significant outs for the Gunners is Thomas Vermaelen, who's made his way to Barcelona, and Bakary Sagna, who has been sold to Manchester City. Pressing on, we have Aston Villa. Now, their major ins include Ali Sissoko, Joel Cole, Senderos, Richardson, Carlos Sanchez, and their major out is Albrighton. Now, the youngster is making his new way in a new club. It should be good. We'll see how he goes with his new club. Hopefully, he can get in. Didn't get much playing time at Aston Villa, so see how he goes. Now we go into Burnley, the new guys. Now Burnley have signed Gilks, Kitely, Reed, Taylor, Boyd, Ward. Now Burnley, they come off an impressive nil draw with Manchester United. So bringing in some fresh new talent to hopefully strengthen their squad and keep themselves in the Premier League, and their significant outs are bared. Pressing on, we've got Chelsea. Now, Chelsea have delved in really deep this year in the transfer season, bringing in some absolute quality, including Diego Costa, Didier Drogba, Cesc Fabregas, Felipe Luis, and Loic Remy. Absolute quality, strengthening their squad player by player. Now, significant outs include Demba Ba, Romelu Lukaku, Eto'o, Lampard, David Luiz, Ashley Cole, and they've also put Fernando Torres and Victor Moses out on loan. So there's a lot of movement in the Chelsea camp this transfer period, but should set Jose Mourinho's side up well for the upcoming season. Palace now with their new manager, Neil Warnock. They brought in Fraser Campbell, Brad Hanglin, Callie Zaha on loan, Doyle, Friars, and MacArthur, and their significant outs are Campana and Gabidon. Now Everton, the Toffees. Now they brought in the Chelsea strike duo, ironically, Romelu Lukaku, who was on loan last year, and Samuel Eto'o, who has already scored for them and looking to reinvigorate his career with Everton. They've also brought in Gareth Barry, Galloway and Besic, and their significant outs is Valios. Not much movement for Roberto Martinez's men. Now Hull City, now they've delved in really deep to the market here, Hull, breaking their transfer record and bringing in some good quality to really strengthen their side. They brought in Michael Dawson, Thomas Inch, Livermore, Maguire, Robertson, Snodgrass, Abel Hernandez, Gaston Ramirez from loan from Southampton, Diame, and the troublesome Ben Afra, who will be looking to reinvigorate his career after a bit of a shaky time at Newcastle, and their significant outs was Shane Long. Leicester City impressing game by game, young Leicester. Their ins include Albrighton, the youngster from Aston Villa, Bramby, Esteban Cambiaso, a fantastic buy. The Argentinian is first stint in the Premier League, starting off with Leicester. Hammer, Uola, Upson, Simpson and Lawrence, and their significant out is Kevin Phillips, who has retired. Liverpool, my team. Now Liverpool have really delved into the market, using their money wisely, purchasing the Southampton three, Ricky Lambert, Adam Lallana, Dejan Lovren. They've also gone in and bought Emir Can, Markovic, Divock Origi, Alberto Mourinho, Manquillo, and of course the troublemaker Mario Balotelli. Their significant outs is always just as controversial. Luis Suarez, longtime goalkeeper Pepe Reina, defender Martin Kelly, and key defender Daniel Agger, which was a bit of a shock transfer. They've also loaned out a lot of their youngsters. Coates, Origi, Aspas, Ilori, Wisdom, Luis Alberto and Osama Asadi are all out on loan. Manchester City, the champions. Now, they haven't really done much with their squad with the transfer cap being on them this year, but they've managed to bring in Bakary Sagna, Fernando, Calabro, Lampard in on loan, Zuccolini and Mangala. Their significant outs include Gareth Barry, Jolene Lescott, Pantilimon, Jack Rodwell and Garcia, and they've also have loaned out Micah Richards, Negredo and Hughes. Manchester United, now this is where the big news begins. Manchester United have rebuilt their squad with a few new ins, including one significant one, which I will get to in a minute. Herrera, Shaw, Rojo, Di Maria breaking the English transfer record. Blind and Radamel Falcao on loan from AS Monaco, an absolute fantastic last-minute deadline day signing for the Red Devils. They also say goodbye to Nemanja Vidic, Macheda, Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, and Ryan Giggs, who has retired and become part of the coaching staff. They've also put Zaha, Nani, and Chicharito. Javier Hernandez has gone on loan to Real Madrid. Now the Geordies, Newcastle United, they have signed Riviere, Perez, Lesiles, De Jong, Jean-Mart, Ferreira, Darlow, Colback and Cabela, really delving into some young, very impressive players from rather different leagues, rather your French leagues and your Belgium leagues, instead of your regular Spanish-German leagues. They've also said goodbye to Debuchy, Ben Afra, who has been loaned out, Yang Gaya, Mobuya, and they've also have loaned out Mavrox. Now QPR brought in Ferdinand, Kolka, Much, Isla is in on loan. They brought in Fer, Vargas, McCarthy, Sandro and Kranja. Harry Redknapp bringing in a few of his old Tottenham players there. They've also said goodbye to Julio Cesar, Granero and Yossi Benayoun. Southampton. Now, a very interesting story coming out of the Saints' new signing, their loan signing, Tadia, who came from Milan, has actually returned after 3 weeks at the club. Very controversial, not entirely sure why. The news hasn't really come back out into the public, but check out on my blog and I'm sure there'll be the latest news coming out behind that. But they've also brought in Tadic, Bertrand, Forster, Long, Gardos, Toby Anderweld and Main. They're out say goodbye to some classic players from last year that were really a big part of their side. Shaw, Loveren, Lambert, Lallana and Chambers all say goodbye. They've also loaned out Pablo Osvaldo and Gaston Ramirez. Stoke City say hello to Bardsley, Sidwell, Diouf, Bojan, Moses on loan from Chelsea and Isaidi also on loan from Liverpool. And we also say, they've also got to say goodbye to Knightley, Everington and Cameron Jerome. Sunderland, the Black Cats, they have brought in Jones, Gomez, Pantilimon, Van Aanholt, Rodwell, Buckley, Coates on loan from Liverpool and Alvarez on loan from Milan. They also say goodbye to Westwood, Vaughan, Gardner, Dosena, Saliella, Colback and Bardsley. A lot of big movers there for the Black Cats. Swansea, the impressive Swans, sitting up in the top four at the start of the season. They've brought in Fabianski, Comas, Kingsley, Ems, Montero, Sigurdsson, Fernandez, Carroll on loan, Dimitriou, Gilafayu, the Australian, and Barrow. They've also said goodbye to Michel Vorm, Leroy Leader, Davies, Canas, and they've loaned Michu out to Napoli. Tottenham Hotspurs have brought in Michel Vorm, Davies, Dier, who's been very impressive for the start of the season, Yedlin, Fazio, and Stambouli. The Spurs have also gotten rid of Sigurdsson, Livermore, Dawson, Carroll, Sandro, and Holtby. West Bromwich Albion, one of the biggest movers of the Premier League. They have brought in Gardner, Lescott, Baird, Pagoli, Aid, Wisdom on loan from Liverpool, Gamboa, Davidson, Varela, and Samaras and Belenko. They've also said goodbye to Zoltan Gira and Reed. And finally, West Ham United. Big Sam Allardyce's men, they have brought in Zarate, Kuyute, Cresswell, Poyet, Valencia, Jenkinson on loan, Sako, Song, and Amel Fintano, and they've also said goodbye to Taylor, Joe Cole, and Diame. Well, it's been a very interesting transfer season. Very, very, very interesting to see how it will go throughout the season with these new signings with their clubs. Seeing as it is International Week, There is no Premier League games on this weekend, so hopefully your international side does do well. Please check me out on Twitter at Alex Ellerman and follow all my blogs and latest updates on my website, which is www.beyondthe90.net. Thanks, guys. This is Alex Ellerman signing off.